Hello there, did you just join the game and you're really lost as to what to do? Or are you going to join the game because of the upcoming Fairy Tail collab? And if that's the case, then this video is for you, as we are going to cover the top 5 tips and tricks that all new players should know to help them with progressing in AFK journey. So first of all, with regards to today's top 5, we will focus more on the fundamental aspects. So I will talk more about the fundamental stuff as compared to the more advanced stuff like min-maxing of your teams, right? What's the best team, etc. We'll leave that for another video, probably like a team building video for the different game modes. But we'll talk about the basics that you need to know, what are the different things you need to do on a day-to-day basis, as well as the different things you want to take note of. So first of all, with regards to the AFK stages, this is one of, in fact, the most important part of the game to a certain extent, because as the name suggests, this game is called AFK journey. So a lot of your rewards to farm up your materials comes from your AFK stages. So there's this daily limit as to how much the max resource you can get for each day, right? And there's this like cap to inform you of the upcoming stages where you can progress to max out your rewards. So on a day-to-day basis, if you have all the units, you have the resources, you have the levels, I'll strongly encourage most players to at least push to a 2 to 3 day limit. So this is not because like you definitely need to do it, but it's more like because on a day-to-day reset, for example for today, right, we are at 2412. Let's say if we are able to push to 2940, we are able to max out the rewards, right? But on the next day, once the day reset itself, if you're not able to lock in and then progress immediately to 2960, you'll lose a little bit of efficiency on your resources. So if you can, right, if you have the time and if you have the resources and the units, feel free to push as much as possible, at least 2 to 3 days ahead of the max limit. So that is what I'll encourage. However, it is important to note that if you're brand new to the game and you're not spending a lot in the game itself, building up your units could be a little bit challenging. So this is where you want to progress as much as possible based on what you have, and then use the daily hourglass right here. So this is where you will be able to get more resources, because this daily hourglass, they are calculated based off your current stage progression. So for me, I'm not able to push much further because this account is free to play and I do have all the unit maxed out, so I do have the easiest times in terms of AFK pushing. But with regards to my rewards, if I'm able to push to 2413 right here, for example, I will be able to get more gold resource, right? And if I'm able to push to 2414, I'll be able to get more EXP resource. So all these things will add up, and to sort of increase your efficiency in terms of your AFK rewards, you want to push as much as possible. Best would be to reach your daily limit if you have all the units, all the resources, and then use your hourglasses. So next, whether or not you should buy the hourglasses with gems. For most people, if you just started out, you should buy it. So even if you're free to play, you should also buy it, because like I mentioned before in my previous video, your equipment levels, as well as your artifact levels, as well as all the different level up resources, they are based off your resonance level, and all this equipment stats provides quite a massive boost to the specific class that you're trying to upgrade. So this is where, right, you want to upgrade your resonance level as much as possible, such that your units, number 1, have the level advantage, number 2, has the equipment advantage because you're able to upgrade your equipment. And for the equipment side, the equipment maxes out at level 800. So other things that maxes out at level 800 includes your game modes like Dream Realm, for example. So right here, as you guys can see, beyond 800, the stats added will be minimal. And then for other game modes like, for example, your Guild Supremacy right here, right, the level advantage pretty much doesn't exist beyond the level 800 mark, as you guys can see right here. So level 800 is the point where you can stop buying if you, let's say, you want to save up on your gems for future pulls and stuff. But in general, you should actually spend some gems to buy these hourglasses so that you can progress faster towards that level 800 mark while keeping pace to the rest of your server. So that's with regards to the AFK stage side. And last but not least, for the AFK stage side, other than just going into the talent trials, right, copy pasting the records of other players, you can actually look at their replays right here. So this battle record is a little bit too old. Let's go to this one. Okay, a little bit too old. So all these battle records are a little bit too old. Okay, so this is a newer one. So you can actually go into the player's record over here, take a look at the unit's performance, what's the role of each unit in each team, which one is the carry, what's the core unit, and then run through the replay. and then see whether or not you know, like there's certain things you can do on manual so that it can optimize your run for your own account. And this is where you will be able to push through certain tougher stages based off the replays of other players. So that's with regards to like the general AFK stage side. So I'll say ideally you want to auto your teams, but let's say if you are free to play, you want to sort of min-max on your resources and you want to push as much as possible with as little as you have, then you can just refer to this and then manual on certain stages. For example, Binary right here ran through this stage with manual, so yeah, there is a possibility that manualing can optimize your run better and allow you to push through a little bit more efficiently or at a higher deficit. So that's with regards to the AFK stage side. Okay, so next up, other than your AFK stages, daily quests as well as the lucky flip and all the different quest stuff, they're also really important. So for the daily quest stuff, the math for all this season manual as well as the season essence works similarly to the hourglasses. So what you want to do is you want to sort of max out the stages and then claim these daily quests if possible. If not, what you can do is you can claim your daily quest such that your units are a little bit stronger before claiming the hourglasses. So these are the different ways you can do it. As for all these quests, I think most of it is pretty manageable. Like in most cases, if you log in and do your stuff daily, you should be able to clear them. So the most important game modes, which I'll talk about later, they are mostly like your Dream Realm as well as your Clash Runs related contents, because they give you a lot of free day-to-day rewards. So we'll talk more about that later. But with regards to the daily quest right here, on top of your daily quest, there's also a guild quest. So it is super duper important to join your guild, right? You join your guild for all the guild activities, you join your guild for the guild quest, as well as all the different guild coins that you can use to exchange for the more premium celestial hypergene characters from the guild store right here. So since we're on the topic of guild store, on a day-to-day basis, you need to purchase something from the Emporium. So I would strongly encourage you to buy this invite letter on a day-to-day basis because it's at a discounted rate at 210, and then use this one invite letter to do your single pulls to clear through your day-to-day recruit in Noble Tavern quest. So what this does is it gives you a discounted pool at 110 on the day-to-day basis. So it is not like super duper impactful on first glance, but if you do it in the long run, it's actually quite an efficient pooling returns for you for the character collection part. So that's for the daily quest portion. So that's for the daily quest as well as the guild quest. So with regards to the quest side, there's also this lucky flip feature. So you can obtain the lucky flip keys by completing all these different quests. So if you're brand new to the game, right, you definitely want to try all the different game modes to see, you know, which one you enjoy the most, and then at the same time claim out your lucky flips, right? Do some fishing to complete your collection while getting some coins over here as well. Do up some honor duel, play the game as a more casual game mode, and then understand the mechanics from there, and then do up all the different modes on a day-to-day basis, and then unlock all the like flips here at the level 3 status. So this will give you all the different good rewards you can get, and it actually adds up over time, right? This one resets on a weekly basis. So on a monthly basis, you do get quite a fair bit of rewards for the tickets as well as the unit shot specifically, right, based off this lucky flip. So you do not need to unlock all 9 to level 3, but unlocking as many as possible gives you the choice to choose the best rewards based off your account. So that's for the lucky flip side. And then for the starter quest as well as the season quest, you want to complete them as much as possible such that you unlock all the milestone rewards as well as get all the currencies over here, as you guys can see. So that's with regards to the quest portion as well as the day-to-day what you need to do. Next up, with regards to the important game modes, like I mentioned earlier, there are certain game modes that have a higher weightage compared to others. So the game modes which I think will be a little bit more challenging from a free-to-play player's perspective would be the PvP game modes such as Arena, Supreme Arena, as well as Clash Runs. So I would strongly encourage most free-to-play or low-resource players to focus more on the general PvE game modes, because the important game modes includes the likes of obviously your AFK stages for you to push through and get your rewards on a day-to-day basis to power up your characters. And then on the Dream Realm portion, the ranking here will give you, I'll say, like much better rewards in terms of the late game side, because this is where you get your shards for the Dream Fragment for the Dream Store to purchase your favorite unit, and then you get the Temporal Essence, which is important for your EX weapon from EX weapon 6 to EX weapon 15, and you need quite a fair bit of them to get to level 15. So yeah, this is like your main source from your Temporal Essence as well as your Tidal Essence on a day-to-day basis. So this is like a must do. And then on the district side, you do get all this like Temporal Essence as well. So that's why as you can see, right, all these are day to day. So every single day you get a bit, and then over the course of 1 week, over the course of 1 month, you get quite a fair amount stacked up, and then that's where you can use it to power up your accounts. So generally speaking, Dream Realm is quite important. But with the recent addition of the Clash Fronts actually plays a much more important role as well, because this game mode, number one, gives you, I'll say, like really good rewards on a day-to-day basis as well. As you participate in the Clash Fronts, you will be able to get your daily guild rewards, which is quite a fair bit of guild coins if you actively participate in this game mode. And on top of that, if you are able to join a much stronger guild, this is where you will be able to get a really good amount of rewards over here every cycle of this game mode. So even if you're not like in the strongest tier, or if you're not like in the strongest guild in general, just simply participating in this game mode gives you quite a fair bit of resources, which will go a long way in terms of upgrading your character, specifically the Celestial Hypogene, because guild medal is one of the ways for you to access them. So yeah, all these things add up, and these are the contents that you want to do on a day-to-day basis. You want to check back in case you are busy. What I'll encourage you is log in, try to auto and progress a little bit for the AFK stages, do up your Dream Realm, try to check out on the best teams, and then, you know, like move on to do your dailies for Clash Fronts, and then that will be the dailies that you need to do, right? Complete your daily quest, do Dream Realm, progress through AFK stages, and then clear through some Supreme Arena runs if you're a PvP enjoyer like myself, and then that's pretty much it. Okay, last but not least, this is a question which I see a lot, right? Hey Zeep, I have all these units. What is the best team for me? What is the best team for my PvP? What's the best team for my Dream Realm, etc, etc? So those are, I'll say, like slightly more advanced in terms of, you know, min-maxing side, but I can give a general consensus to team building, how you want to build your team and what units you want to build up along the way, because I think this guideline has been holding true ever since I started about 1 year plus back, and it probably will still hold true, right? So when you build a unit, other than considering the current meta level of the unit, you also need to consider the general versatility of the unit, as well as the potential longevity of the character. So first of all, I think longevity is something that is subjective, because like you guys are new and you guys don't know like how to gauge whether or not the unit can stay around for long. But from my experience as a really long time player, units with a very specific niche without like any possible replacement usually stays for a really long time. For example, the likes of Iron. Iron is a unit that starts his ultimate at the start of battle, providing for the ultimate pull, the combos with other unit, as well as the control. So even though Iron is not as dominant as he used to be when he first started, he is still a force to be reckoned with because of the control capabilities of this character. So despite falling off some contents, this unit hang around and is still really amazing. Units like, for example, Odie, one of the oldest character around, one of the most solid single target DPS, really good in the early game. Insta Q is always going to be a thing that you can use if you have PvP matchups that you need it. There are certain bosses as well as certain PvP challenges where you need his Insta Q kit. Very good long-term unit. So if you're new, I think these two, they are very good investments. And then, right, another unit is Smokey. So Smokey is a character that has always been hanging on. Still top tier, who used to be in everything except for PvP, still is the case, like still in Dream Realm, still in AFK stages, still in all the minigame contents, still in all the new contents upcoming. So this character has a little bit of everything, right? Damage, heal, buff, in certain cases the mini stun plays a role as well. So units like this in general, right, even if they fall off, even if you invest in them now, even if they fall off in the future, I think they will still see some use in other parts of the game modes. And this is where longevity comes in, right? You invest in this character and you can use it as you play the game for a long time. But let's say if you are just like, okay, I'm hopping on for the Fairy Tail collab, then I'll say go for the strongest unit at the point in time. Go for your most favorite units at a point in time, so that, you know, you get the most enjoyment out of it. But if you are planning to, you know, play the long game, enjoy the slow build up, enjoy seeing your account become stronger over time, then units with general versatility, units with longevity, very good stuff. So in this case, I think some of the best units with the longest longevity are these units, right? So they are also available all the way at the start. And right now, I think looking at this list right here, I do think that I'll say like Lily May is gonna be staying for a while, because like ultimate cancelling is quite unique, and the other direct, okay, I think twins, yeah, twins is one of the best support. Okay, so let me just put twins here, because like I'll say these few units, they had the longest longevity. They are the first gen unit, and they're still decently good. They're still seeing use from left and right. So if you're a beginner and you are really lost as to who to build up, then this one. And with regards to the Celestial Hypogean twins as well as Fresto, pretty solid option, like I mentioned in yesterday's video. So Fresto is where's my Fresto? I lost my Fresto somewhere. Oh, here, right here. So Fresto as well as twins, they are the best tank and the best support. So like I think their longevity will also hang for quite a while because of them being the best in their role. And even if you get a more powerful tank, these units will still be pretty usable in the long run. So that's with regards to the longevity side. But for most people, I'll say most of you guys will start off with this smaller comp with OD as well as Coco and Smokey, because OD as well as Coco, they are obtainable from the Dream Store, so you can exchange for shards, power up their stats, and then allow you to progress a little bit better with a stronger carry. And then for Smokey's case, you can get one copy of Smokey from the initial 30 pool, right? You can reroll for this character. For the reroll portion, I do have a reroll guide, so just search on YouTube Zeeebo reroll AFK journey, you should be able to find it. And then this is where Smokey can be built up to unlock the EX weapon, and then subsequently be the support and a carry for different situations. And then for this one, I'll say a tank. So let's say if you're building up Fresto as a tank, you can use Fresto. If not, I think Torrent's also okay. Alright, so this will be how like a beginner team will look like. And then if you chose twins as a unit you built up, then you might have twins there. If not, you can also use one copy of Rowan for the ultimate cycling as well. So yesterday's video got some feedbacks on me missing out on Coco as well as Rowan. I do think that Coco and Rowan, they are very beginner friendly and good unit, but I don't think they're top 15 worthy. So that's what I feel. I feel that they're top 20 or top 25 worthy for sure. They're in the top end, but they're not top 15. So yesterday's video is a little bit packed because I'm forced to pick the best 15 units. But generally speaking, there are a whole bunch of good units that are decent substitutes to whatever you want to do. So from there, for example, as your team starts to evolve, you can replace your carry with Pheromore. If you have Pheromore built up, very, very good stuff. Then you can replace your tank and control with Iron Armors. So this is how your team will evolve over time. And then from there, yeah, here's a decent team for you, right? So this is how the team will evolve in terms of your general progression. And then for the Dream Realm side, same thing. You start off with your strongest character, and then you slowly add on the different pieces to make your team stronger, such that you are able to squeeze out more damage, both on the Dream Realm side as well as the PvP side. So that's pretty much it. All the different tips and tricks I have for all the new players that has just joined the game or is about to join the game, and I hope this is helpful for you guys. So if it is helpful, do remember to like and subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!